Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lesson we are going to create the search area and the profile area. I'm going to use the shape tool, the rectangle tool one, and we'll create a rectangle just like this. Something just like this, and then we will change the color to white, and then we will round the corners. Make sure they are linked together and round them just like this. I'll make it a bit thinner. Let's zoom in and see. Even more thinner. And then I'll make it a bit taller, just like this. Now we need to bring the arrow. One of these arrows, we will copy it. But before I do that, I want to arrange my layer panel. Now everything is together. What I'm going to do is to group them together. The first thing, I want to group the name area. Select the background. This one, press on the command, select the name and then the arrow. Then Command G. Now we group them. I will name it name area or anything. Dashboard name. Okay. Then we will group the other circle, which is this one and this background. Now you select both of them, then Command G to group them, and we will name it drop down. Now you will group all of the icons and text together. Select on the last one, Shift and the first one, then Command G to group them. I will name this dashboard, text and icons. Now you have everything arranged. We can go ahead and create our search and profile area. So what I was going to do is to copy one of the arrows we have here, and then I want to paste it over the search area. So I'm going to select this arrow, copy and paste. Now we will move it up. Move it to this area, and then we're going to rotate it just like this. Then we'll write all categories. We'll make it smaller and fit it to this area. Then we need to bring down the opacity for this text. Make it 63. For the arrow, I'm going to give an overlay color. Select it, go to the effects and color overlay. We will give it a black color. And now we will bring down the opacity for it to 60 something. We'll just see what will work. Okay, 32 is good. And the next thing, we are going to create the line. I'll go to the pen tool, and we are going to make a line. Now I'll use the direct selection tool to play with the points of this line. Now we will disable the fill and change the color for the stroke to black, and then we will increase the stroke, make it 2. And then you'll bring down the opacity for it to 48. Let's make it even more. 32 will be good. Now we will create the search icon. For that, I will use the ellipse tool. Make a circle like this. Then in the properties, we'll disable the fill, enable the stroke, make it black, and we can play with it like this. Let's keep it something like this. Now we'll use the rectangle tool to make the hand for this search icon. But before we do that, I want to scale this circle and increase the size of the stroke. Make it 6 or 5 is good. Now go to the rectangle tool and we'll create a hand just like this. Then in the properties we will round the corners and make sure that the color is black. Then we will select both of the circle and the rectangle and rotate them like this. And we can now move them to this area. The next thing I'm going to do is to select both of them, make it even smaller and rotate a bit. I want to make the stroke size for the circle a bit smaller because it's a bit too thick. Click on the direct selection tool and come over here to make the size of the stroke smaller. Now select both of them in the layer panel, right click and convert them to the smart object. We will name this search tool or search icon. Bring down the opacity for it to 32 or 42. Let's keep it 42. We need to decrease the opacity more. I will make it 30 or something. Click on the search tool and bring down the opacity even more. 32 will be good. The next thing we are going to do, click on this layer, then go to the effect and drop shadow. We want to give the drop shadow to this layer. Play with the settings just like this. Try to follow me and copy the last settings that I'm going with. Okay, something like this will be good. Now that we finished this one, the next thing that we are going to do is to work with the profile. If you go to our previous design, we are going to create something like this for the profile. But I'm not satisfied with my search tool. So for this one, I'm going to change it. I'll go to the search icon, which is this one. Double click on it to open the smart object. Now we want to play with the width of the stroke on the circle. Click on the select direction tool and go to the width of the stroke. Something like this. Now we need to adjust the handle as well. I will make it smaller. Something like this. We are good now. Press on the Command S to save it. And we have something like this. Okay, I want to fix this shadow that we have on this layer. Click on it. Then double click on the shadow layer. Shadow effect. And change your settings accordingly. Copy the last thing that I go with. Something like this is good. Perfect. Now we can create our profile. So you want to create something similar to this one. We are going to use the shape tool and create a perfect square. We'll use the rectangle tool. Press on the shift to create a perfect circle like this. The square. Then we will round it. Just like this. Make the roundness 60. And we will move it over here. Let's move this to the left side a bit. And then we will bring a photo. You can put any photo that you want. I will put my photo. Make it smaller. Make sure that it fits the size of the square. And then double click to apply the changes. We want to clip mask it to the square. Press on the Option or Alt and click on it to clip mask. And then we can change the size of the picture to fit in the square. Something just like this. The next thing, we are going to bring the bell icon. the bell icon is available in the resource folder. You can get it. Now let's go to the folder. Then we'll go to the icons and we'll bring the bell icon. Make it smaller and we will fit it to this area. Okay, let's make it even more small and fit it to somewhere. Fit it to this area. Now let's bring down the opacity of this bell icon. Click on it and we will make the opacity 67 or something. Okay, we are good now. Let's go to the shape tool again. We'll use the ellipse tool to make the red dot. Let's make the color this color. Actually, we'll make it more red. Something like this. And then we'll give it the stroke. Let's play with the width of the stroke. We can do it over here. We can also do it over here. The size will be good. Let's change the color to the background color. And we will have this cutout effect. Perfect. Now we have this area for the profile and the search bar. I'm going to use the ruler lines just to make sure that they're aligned together, the search bar and the profile icon. They are aligned. I'll move these lines outside of the frame again. And this will be the end of this lesson. In the next lesson, we are going to work on this area. We will be creating these charts. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.